everyone, and welcome back to another episode on my Let's Play world. Today we are over here in the perimeter and we're going to be building up a brand new farm over here. So in the last episode I gave you a little bit of a teaser with these boxes right here as to what we would be building up in this episode, and we are also going to need a little bit of grass that I have put together over here. And the next hint is that we're over here in the perimeter, and you can probably guess now what it is going to be, and it is based on that one single block of obsidian down there. So yes, today we are going to be building up a raid farm with the items that we have in these boxes. So there's a couple of things that we are going to need outside of that, which we should have now in our redstone box, and that is one observer and a lever, and I will show you why as we come down here. Now the raid farm itself is not actually going to be here. The raid farm I'm going to put in one of the far sides of this because it is not dependent on spawning in any way. I think I'm going to put it over there actually because I'm going to need to bring a villager from the village that's over there. The reason that we need this right here is to be able to reliably get the bad omen effect. So this is where the pillager outpost was. And now, if we place a bunch of blocks here, we should be able to make an area where those pillagers will spawn, and then we can come in here and kill them to get the bad omen effect. Okay, I didn't have quite enough grass, so I had to grab a little bit of dirt from over there, but that's fine. So now we need to take out this obsidian in the middle, does not matter, and then we want to put a dispenser facing up, and we want to put a water bucket in it, and now what we want to do is put an observer facing down here, and so like this, it'll detect this block up here, and then what we will see happen when we get rid of this dirt is the water will be dispensed and it will fill this platform perfectly. And then if we just place a lever on top of this, all we have to do is come across here and flick this, and it is deactivated. Flick it again and it's activated, and then we just have to leave here, wait for a pillager captain, so one of the ones with the banners, to spawn, and we can even do that from our little AFK spot over here. There you go, we've already see pillager spawning, but we need one of the ones with the banners, so we'll wait for one of those to spawn and then we can kill it to get the bad omen effect. So not too long later, and there is the one that we need, the one with the banner right there. So now all we have to do is swoop down here and kill just the one with the banner. So get him to come over here, and without knocking him off the platform. So it turns out the knockback on our sword is actually a little bit of an issue here. I keep flying down here to kill them and then they get knocked off the edge of the platform. So I think what I'm going to do is just put a little box around the platform of glass, which nothing can spawn on. And this way, if I come to kill them, they will not be able to fall off and die by natural causes. I'll be able to kill them with my sword. So I have encased this in glass, and now you can see we have another captain there. And now we should be able to come in here and just kill him. And there we go. Now you can see we have the bad omen effect. Let's take care of these guys before they actually manage to kill me. And there we go. So now we have the bad omen effect, and that lasts for 10 minutes. And that is what we need to be able to trigger a raid. So now we can just turn this off by flooding this with water. Now, that raid needs to be taken to a village, and then it triggers these pillagers to show up, and it also triggers vindicators and witches and other things which drop emeralds, totems of undying, and other things. Now, I'm going to build up that farm over in this corner here, and I'm going to do it over here for a couple of reasons. One, I need to be far enough away from there that the raid isn't immediately triggered when I get the effect. I want to be able to get over into the farm first. And two, because over in this direction, over there, you can see there is a village. I don't want to get too close because I will trigger a raid and all of the villagers will probably die. But I need one villager in the farm to be able to make it work. So that is why I am building it over in this area. Now, I'm going to jump into a creative world and show you how the farm works. And here is the machine. This is a design by Works. It works on the basic spawning principles of raids, but it happens to be a very efficient raid farm that has gone through a couple of versions, and this is actually an updated version from what I was going to build. So the items are going to be slightly different. I do need to get a couple more resources than I originally thought, but this version is going to be even more efficient. So the player is down there. The raiders actually spawn in up here, and they spawn on this platform, and these guys pathfind their way off to go down below, and the ravagers step up on blocks and are killed because we don't want them. And then all of the rest of them come down here into this chamber where they are one-shot kills for us to take out, and then down in the back here collect their loot from this hopper right here. Now, the way that this works is it's just enough drop distance to reduce all mobs to a one-hit kill with the sword, and then this oscillating piston trapdoor contraption ensures that even if they're not reduced to one heart immediately by the time they get down to the bottom, they are within killable. There's a lava trap in here just in case. But the most important thing about this version, which wasn't in the old version, is this setup over here, which is the hero of the village farm. I probably won't put the villagers themselves in right away, but what you can do is put a number of villagers in here, and then once you have the hero of the village effect after defeating a raid, they will give you a bunch of items. Now I'm back in my survival world, and I was just moving through the nether, about to go back into my base, and then I remembered in this world I still have the bad omen effect, which means if I had stepped through this portal, I would have started a raid in my base. So I'm very glad I noticed that before I stepped through, and I'm just gonna wait here for a little bit until that effect goes away. Okay, so I've set up a little platform over here. I have actually moved where I'm gonna put the farm. I was originally gonna put it in that corner, but I got a little bit worried that raiders might be able to spawn on the very edge of the banks over there because of distance and spawning and everything. So I've moved it closer to the center. I've got all of my boxes of materials down here, and now I need to build up my double beacon for strength, resistance, and regeneration. So it needs to be a 10, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 by 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wide beacon. That's the very bottom base, so that we can get 2 beacons on the top and get our beacon effect so that we can start building up the farm. So I'm going to start with this. And there is all the blocks needed. We just need to put our 2 beacons on the top and then get some ingots here out of our remaining blocks. And then what we need is resistance, regeneration, and in this one we need strength 2. So there we go. Up in the top right, we now have all of the potion effects that we need to build this farm. Now what we have to do is make sure nothing can spawn on this beacon, because we do not want the raid spawning down here in the world. We want it spawning up at the very top platform. So we have to make sure that this beacon is entirely covered in buttons, and when we actually do the farm, that platform will have to go before we even test it, because if we were to have a raid spawn at the bottom of this perimeter, that would be very bad for us. It would definitely mess us up. So there we go. We have the beacon in place, and now we are going to build up this very tall farm. And then I have to bring 2 villagers over, at least 2. I'll probably end up bringing more at some point for the hero of the village farm. Today we're just working on the raid portion of it. But I'll bring them from that village over there, probably by rail, and then build some sort of janky bridge over to put them in their little cells. But yeah, I am totally ready to get this farm built up, and I'm going to do it in the form of a third-person time-lapse, so let's get it going. And we're back, and here is the farm built up from the bottom to the top. We're still missing a few things. We need water all down there in that column. We obviously still need our villagers, and then right at the end of the time lapse there, I was having trouble placing the lava in here, and it turns out that it's just a flow thing, and I was putting the block that I was using to block her at 1 too high. I was putting it up, but it needs to decide to flow over that way instead of being forced to. So this way it would have to go 2, this way it only has to go 1. So now this way it will flow that way and down, and then we can get rid of this block without issue. So we can go around the rest of these here and place in our lava sources, and these kill the Ravagers. So the farm is just about ready to go, but there's a couple things that I still have to do. I'm going to finish up these lava sources, and then we'll go down below and get the water bubble elevator going. Well, the rest of that went fairly poorly. I managed to miss with some of the lava, and you can see it slowly flowing to the bottom of the world over there. And I also, at the end, managed to burn my shulker box full of water buckets and lava buckets in one of the pools of lava. So, could have gone better. I just went over there and grabbed a couple more buckets of water to do our bubble elevator with, because that is the next thing that we need to do. So what we need to do is place the water in here, and then it's going to flow its entire way down. And then we're going to need to turn this into a bubble elevator. So I have brought a ton of kelp with me. Didn't have any bone meal over here, so hopefully this is enough kelp. And then we just put it up to the top like you've seen me do before, and then break it, and hopefully we don't run out of air before that happens. All right, we made it back up to the top without drowning because of the beacon effect. We have regen, and then we should be able to... Ooh, that was really close. If I'd landed on that up there, I definitely would have died. And then all we should have to do is break the bottom one, and then we should be able to, yes, get boosted back up to the top. And all of that is working perfect. Everything is looking great here. You can see the kelp flowing back down on me, and we should get pushed, yes, back to here. And this is where we would, well, we weren't quite lined up, but it normally would work, although shouldn't there have been a... Ooh, that feels dangerous. Get pushed back up again. Yes, hopefully it actually lines us up this time, but there should have been a trapdoor there to catch us. I wonder if that was like the moment that the clock was ticking over, because I haven't disabled that clock. No, there is a trapdoor that is missing. It's this one. Ah, okay, so it had been flipped the opposite direction in the sequence. So this getting flipped will now do that. I wonder, is there supposed to be a redstone dust there? I'm going to check over this whole thing as well, but the farm is built up. I'm going to do a quick check over, and then the next thing that we need to do is get a couple of villagers in here. Okay, so I've looked over the farm, and I'm just doing a bit of repairing to what I have. That's mostly repaired. Now, what I'm getting set up for is bringing some villagers over. So over just in this direction, I know that there is a village just in the distance with a bunch of villagers. And what I'm going to do is create an incredibly janky, long path of rails to get them over. And then I just need a couple of mine carts is the last thing. Make 2 mine carts. I need 2 villagers, so there we go. And I'm going to use soul sand to bridge because I had it over here, and I can also walk really fast on it because of soul speed, so that will work out nicely. So I'm just going to start at the higher one there, and I'm just going to create a path over to there and then rail through the forest. And I do first, though, need... What is it? There's my redstone box. I pulled it out already, so we need levers on the side to be able to turn the rails on. And yeah, so let's make a janky path. And just to demonstrate, this right here is why I wanted soul sand, because it's so fast to bridge on soul sand, because you walk much faster than on any other block. Walking on soul sand is so satisfying. So now what I'm doing is just making my way back, placing a powered rail every once in a while, turning it on, doing rails, and rinse and repeat until I get up to the village, basically. Okay, we're into the village. I did run out of rails and I had to get more, and then I was attacked by mobs in the night and I had to kill them, and I had to chop my way through trees, and for some reason I have a silk touch axe. And I'm finally here now, so it is time to get some of these guys in minecarts. We'll start with one, and we'll start with you. Let's go. Over to the rail. Come on, you're mine. Oh my good. Oh, I don't feel bad about you getting trapped for the rest of your life. Okay, on your way. Hopefully you don't die, and we'll be right behind you. Oh, he's going. Quick, 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 quick. Go onto the rail. Yay! Here we go. Okay, so now you can see the path that I've cut through the forest here. There's a mob carrying one of my rails. Up and around a tree, up and oh, little problem there. That's okay. There we go. I've just I realized I probably don't actually want my minecart in there with you, so that's a bit of a problem. But we'll figure that out. It might just land on your head. So here we go. Just a nice little jaunt along the rail. Me and this guy. This is about to be his new home in that little box right there. Okay, now me get out of the minecart. Now. Oh no. Where are my rockets? Rockets, hello. Nice. Okay, one villager in. Yes. Oh no, don't. Okay, yes, nice. Now I just need to get you out of that minecart. F3 and B. Yes, there we go. And just need to not hit you. There we go. Excellent. All right, that is now your permanent home. You get that and that. No, you need 2 slabs above your head. Oh, darn it. Oh, I need these slabs, sir. Sorry. I don't need to crowd you. Okay. And stick it. Well, sort of. There we go. And then 1 slab there and 1 slab there. And he is in. Now time to get the second one in. And here comes number 2. I actually had to go and get more blocks and more rails, but I have made, you'll see here in a little second, and down, 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 down to its little home down there. Okay, this farm is now complete. This path is still in here, and I want to keep it there for a little bit because eventually I'm going to bring some villagers and put them in here. But I've got the farm totally working and ready to go. The only other thing is just to disable that lever right there, and I believe that is out of sequence. That should not be lava right now. It should be lava. Oh, wait. No, that's correct. Yeah, that's okay. It should be right after the trapdoor flips that it's good. So, I'm pretty much out of time for today, but before we go, I haven't put a storage system or anything on this yet, but I am going to give this a quick test, so I'm going to head over there. I'm going to get my bad omen effect, and then I'm going to give it a little bit of a test for you guys. Okay, we have the bad omen effect. I've turned down my sounds because this farm is very loud, but now all we need to do is put ourselves in here, and then when this timer runs out, I did these when I was fixing the farm as well. The timings for these, this one is 64 and 10, and the one down below is 57. Just to make sure everything is ready to go. Hopefully our timing is good on this trapdoor here, and we should be dropped down. The raid should be started, and we should start the cycle, and hopefully nothing spawns on these rails or anything. There we go. We have a raid. Now it's going to send us back up to the top. Hopefully nothing spawns down there. I don't think mobs can spawn on rails, so that should be okay. Then we're going to come back up to the top. And yes, it works perfectly. And then we should see people start to drop down here. And they should all be one-hit kills. Yes, here we go. We have a working raid farm. And like I said, I have not set up a storage system. So this these 2 double chests will fill up quickly. Let's just get these guys cleared away. And then I don't want to do another cycle, so I'm just going to step back. There we go. That's the whole cycle. And then if I drop down again, I have the bad omen effect again, so it would have gone again. And really, that was one little go there. And just take a look down here. Yeah, look at that. Now I do have the more mob heads, so we'll also see mob heads in here, quite a few of them. But all the witch loot, there's a totem of undying. There's 4 more totems of undying. That's 5 totems of undying in one cycle. And there's 24 emeralds and 27. That was less than a minute, 51 emeralds. So this farm is going to be incredibly efficient, and you can see these banners, killing those are the reason that the raid happens multiple times. So this farm is now working. In the next episode, I want to get this hooked up to the storage system. But for now, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.